Great.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us in this alumni panel. We have some great alums here. We have three alumni from the Master of Advanced Studies in Data Science and Engineering, which is the part-time in-person program. And we're hoping to have one alumni from the online program hop in. If they end up not making it, then we'll definitely reschedule and have a online alumni panel for the online program. But I just wanted to go ahead and get started for our alumni in the Masters of Advanced Studies in Data Science and Engineering. So my name's Yvonne. I'm the program manager. We also have Tom on the webinar as well. He is a program manager for the online Master of Advanced Studies. So, since most of the alumni here are from the in-person data science and engineering program, if you have questions about the online program, Tom would be happy to answer your questions. But just keep in mind that most of the answers you're going to hear right now are from alums from the part-time in-person data science and engineering program. So I'm going to start off and have them introduce themselves. I'll call you guys out on who to answer. But just tell us your name, your job title, the company you work at, and the year you completed the program. Akash, let's start off with you.
Yeah, hi. My name is Akash. I work as an applied researcher at eBay today, and I graduated in 2021 from the MAS-DSE program.
Great, thank you. Nick?
Hi everyone, I'm Nick Shear. I'm currently a vice president of engineering at Rostrum Pacific, currently based in LA, and I completed the program in June of 2025.
Recent grad. And Sergey?
Yes, hi, my name is Sergey. I graduated in 2023 and I work as a senior data scientist at Solar Turbines.
Great, thank you guys. So my next question is, how has the knowledge you gained in your program contributed to your career growth? Sergey, let's start off with you.
Yeah, actually, it contributed a lot because initially I was a quality assurance engineer in the company working inside analytics department, but I just wanted to change to do something more interesting. So yeah, I applied for the program, got in, graduated, and now I'm a senior data scientist. So I think, yeah, the result is
Yeah,
here.
so it helped you in a career pivot change.
Yeah, for sure.
Great. And Nick?
Yeah, I'd say pretty similar for me. I have a pretty standard software engineering background, and I think a lot of my classmates did. This program helped me kind of break into AI and machine learning. Um, where I'm leading basically AI strategy at my company and also building an AI product. So yeah, a lot of good knowledge in this program. Um, yeah, I can go on, but in short, yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks, Akash.
Yeah, so I was actually one of the youngest students in that batch of mine. So like I didn't have as much experience in the industry as some of my peers did at the time. But I had a couple of years in like data engineering, and I didn't know how to get into data science or machine learning. And this program, like, because it kind of leveraged on some prior experience in data, but like not complete data science experience at the time. So it helped me bridge that gap. And some of the courses that the program had were like very hands-on. So I remember like the Spark course or the data integration course. Those are like really connected to the reality of the job. And I think that really helped me get to an applied researcher position because even in this position, there's a lot of hands-on data integration and data work that I do. So some of the courses uh, were very industry focused, and that really helped me get to this eBay job today.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so I just wanted to add that, in our program, we have a lot of applicants who apply and they have different backgrounds, a lot of them software engineers, but also a variety of other backgrounds. And their experience or work experience varies from, 2 years or straight out of undergrad up to 10 plus 20 years for some of them. So, definitely a program for any age or any part of your career journey. So with that, my second question, or sorry, my third question is, I know a lot of you guys were working professionals and working full time while you were in school. So how did you balance your studies with your job and other personal commitments? Nick, let's start with you.
Yeah, this is a tough one, I'd say. It's hard to manage, even if it's a part-time program. I'd say, it's kind of full-time course load, kind of on par with other master's or graduate programs, 2 years or so, assuming it hasn't changed. So I'm gonna say some cliche stuff, but having like a structured weekly routine and setting aside that time and just being very deliberate about it during your weekdays, and definitely some kind of focus time blocks on your weekends so that you give yourself the time to do the work, do the projects, collaborate, go to office hours, and so on. Um, yeah, I was working full time and I actually changed jobs halfway through. So it's definitely doable. It's definitely possible if you commit to it for the time.
Thank you. Akash?
So again, my situation was a little different. I didn't have a full-time job at the time, but I was looking for a lot of jobs. So I had to balance that out with the program. And also at the time, I took some extra courses to explore my interests. I'd taken like an NLP course from the CSE program, and like I was in that phase of just exploring other courses as well. So I think like I what was important was to deliberately like give the like I would just say that trust the 2 year process in like this program is like well structured for anyone to become a good data scientist. And depending on where you're coming from, you want to like maximize uh, learnings from each course. And some courses might be slower for you, some courses might be faster depending on your background, but like really deliberately taking the time through each course and like trusting the 2 year process um, will will eventually get you to the position you want.
Great. Sergey?
Yeah, I also have and had a full-time job, and also had a family with two little daughters. So it was tough a little bit, but um, yeah, I just talked to my manager, and they agreed that like because the program was in person Fridays and Saturdays, so on Fridays I had to kind of leave. So yeah, I agreed with my managers that twice a month they will allow me to kind of go and participate in the program, and I will do my work whenever I can. So yeah, I think I did a lot of studies while my work, and I did a lot of work while studies. Kind of all was mixed up. It's doable, yeah. It takes an effort, but
Yeah.
I think it works. Yeah, I'm really happy that I went through it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 2 year commitment, and I've heard from, past alums saying that communication is key to, talking to your managers at work as well as family, your partner, your spouse, letting them know that you're going to be, in this program and you're going to be committed for these 2 years. And so they're going to have to be flexible so that you can focus on your studies while also balancing work. So that's definitely a big one that I've heard other alums talk
Yeah,
about.
it was a
Um,
lot of fun too. So I mean, it was. I cannot say that like I struggled because I think we had a really good connections with the program peers. Like it was fun, I would say.
Yeah, it definitely also depends on, the relationships that you build within the program with your cohort. I know Akash, you were pretty much online most of the time, but even online, you guys, I think, built a great connection.
Yeah. We
you
got the
saw that
first six
through.
months together. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, you definitely build great relationships while in the program. So I'll continue with the questions. Just so the audience knows, I only have 6 questions, and then I can open it up to you guys, if you have any questions you want to ask. So my next question, my fourth question is, what were some of the biggest challenges during your studies, and what did you do to persevere and overcome those obstacles? Sergey, let's start with you. You say you didn't struggle, but there had to have been some challenges, I hope.
No, there was a lot of challenges. Like even just I remember statistics class. Like statistics is my weakest point. So I just had to kind of learn a lot of doing online stuff to be able to do the homework and everything. Um, Capstone project was a lot of challenge just because it's a group project. So everybody, you have different members in the group, and you have to kind of align with everybody. Everybody has different background and everything. Um, Sometimes, like the overall goal of the capstone project can be vague, and in the end, you end up in a very different direction where you thought in the start. Um, yeah, and by the way, regarding capstone project, I think it's very important to select uh, the topic that you're very interested into. So again, it will be fun and useful for you. Like let's say right now, what I'm doing at my work is exactly what I studied in capstone project, like just one-to-one. I went back to my code back then to see like how I did it. So
Oh, wow. That's cool to hear that your capstone
yeah,
project aligns with what you're doing now at work.
yeah,
Great. Akash, what about you?
Yeah, I think very like similar answer. Like there's a lot of people with different backgrounds. So in every course, there's a project that you have to do. So I think um, trying to balance what I wanted from that capstone versus like actually getting there because we had different backgrounds and the the project was vague. I think that was challenging. So like really making the most out of those projects. If I look back, I'd want to make most out of those projects that I had. The ML course, they had a project which I thought I could have learned more from collaboration with other people, while that was a competition-based one. So like more healthier discussion, that kind of stuff. So I feel like just because maybe my experience was online at the COVID time, so that made a difference. Uh, but again, these are like just different pace of people coming in. Those kind of challenges we had to navigate in the capstone project.
Okay. Thank you. Nick?
Yeah, I'd say similar experience. Again, lots of projects, pretty much, yeah, project every course. So I think finding people with similar interests and potentially backgrounds, or maybe doing exact opposite and completely opposite backgrounds, and kind of building those relationships, and knowledge sharing really helps a lot. And it definitely will set you up for success when year two comes and all of a sudden it's capstone time and you have to kind of figure out which group you're in and which project you're interested in. So it helps to start early. And then the other side of it is it's a quarter system. So back in the dinosaur ages when I did my undergrad, I was on semesters, and I guess I kind of got accustomed to the 3.5, 4 month timeline where courses are a bit more stretched out. Not in this program, it's fast paced, it's still very in depth and detailed, but it goes fast. So I guess kind of similar to my last answer, just being consistent with dedicating your time and focusing with kind of long time periods so you don't fall behind.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, with the quarter system, it's 10 weeks, and in this program specifically, classes are every other Friday, Saturday, so you're only meeting in person 5 to 6 times a quarter, which isn't a lot. So, that is a good point, Nick. Thank you. Um, so on the opposite side of challenges, what are some of the biggest benefits you've experienced during your time in the program and post completion? Let's go back to you, Nick.
Sure. Um, I'd say hands down during the program was the capstone project. I worked on a wildfire kind of conversational AI agent that had fairly significant data engineering and kind of ETL pipeline component. And I was very thankful and fortunate enough to work with the head of the program, Ilkay. I'm not sure if she's still the head of it, but she's awesome, great mentor, along with the rest of the faculty and staff and professors. And this capstone, let me take a step back. I told Ilkay or requested that Ilkay, if at all possible, I would love to try and publish at the end of this program. I'm sure it's non-standard to do that, but she believed in us and our team, and we ended up making it happen. So we ended up publishing in IEEE, if that's how you say it. I should know that.
Yeah.
IEEE Science. Which, it's not neuro IPS or anything, but it's something, and it was cool to have that kind of academic accolade, and I guess on my resume now. So, and
Yeah, that's
sorry,
really
after
cool.
after the program, um, I worked really closely. So I had a group of 5 in the capstone, but I worked really closely with one of my classmates named Blake, and actually ended up hiring him at my current company, and he's awesome. He's leading the build of the AI product and iterating on that. So direct experience from our capstone essentially, and we're still working with graph databases and knowledge bases as well as an AI product. So I'd say that was the biggest benefit.
Yeah, that sounds like a great benefit. The networking with your, classmates, being able to get published. I mean, wildfires is a huge topic that Professor Altintas definitely it has a huge passion for. So that's great to hear. Sergey?
Yeah, I think I somehow already mentioned that, like, what I did in my capstone, I'm able to use it right now with my work. And I also worked at the same group. My capstone project was with Ilkay too. We worked on also fire prediction, different neural networks. We were trying to build a neural network that will incorporate physics and real data. And this is what I do at work right now. Um, I was able actually, well, we didn't publish, but I was able to work for Ilkay after that for 1 year in her group. Um, yeah, and then I kind of went back to my initial company. I mean, yeah, the real benefit is I was able to learn a lot. Even maybe sometimes I think some of the topics are, I mean, data science is a so broad um, discipline. Like there is like so many things that you can know. You cannot like, I think nobody knows everything, only like the gurus. So I think in this program you can know like a lot, but not like if you need to go really deep, you should do it by yourself or like while work. But it's really good to know every aspect of this discipline, and then you can kind of select and apply where you really need it. So I think I got all this. I got really good capstone project. I applied at work. I got a new role at work. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
that sounds great. Sounds like you really did benefit from the program, so that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Akash?
Yeah, I mean, each course was so directly applicable to the couple of jobs I've had in the last 5 years. Um, so, like, definitely, I think the program does touch a lot of, like, the courses are cover most of the courses would like cover most of the skills that a data scientist needs um, over 2 years. And some of the workbooks that were provided to us, for example, the prob stats workbook, I remember, during each job application phase, I would refer back to the workbook because they had like direct questions that, were asked and were needed by the job. So like those fundamental concepts were very helpful, and it was very well structured for us. So that was a benefit where like it was so well structured, each course. And I think the capstone project, again, we were able to experiment with like graph neural networks at the time when they were not super popular. So there was that additional research topic that Professor Rose Yu was working on. Um, and we got to be part of that project. And then there were so many research initiatives going on in that project. So one of our teammate, he had a physics background, so he built on that, and then he wrote a research paper in physics informed graph neural networks. So like you're really able to make best of wherever you come from, because of how the program is structured, and I think that's the biggest benefit.
Yeah, sounds like it provides a great foundation for those
Yep.
going into data science. That's great.
Mhm.
So my last question is, do you have any words of wisdom for anyone considering applying to the programs? Akash, do you want to start it off?
Mhm. I think I probably mentioned this, but the program, it's a 2-year program. So think of it as like 2 years. In 2 years, you'll be a great data scientist, but it's a process. It's a slow process. Like there's a lot of topics to cover. So like make the best out of each course and trust the program to get you there. Yep.
Great. Thank you for your words of wisdom. Nick?
Yeah. Yeah, really just ask yourself, is my life in the best possible state to, commit a good chunk amount of time, these next 2 years or 3 years or so, depending on the program. Um, and of course, life happens, but if the answer is yes, then that's a good sign. Also, network throughout the program. It's a very intimate program, very, very small class size. So, not only with your peers, but with the professors, the faculty, the postdocs, the PhD students, there's a wealth of knowledge there. Use the facilities. That's something that I regret not doing as much. But you're a student there, so UCSD has an awesome library. Um, use it all. And lastly, eat the breakfast or eat the meals. They're there and you paid for them, so that part was cool too.
Yeah. That's true. I just wanted to mention some people may be confused and not know what you mean by meals, but
Oh,
for this
sorry.
in-person program, we do provide breakfast and lunch.
Yeah.
It's included in the tuition, as well as course materials and parking. So you don't have to worry about any of that. That's all included in the tuition costs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sergey?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure about with well, I think like try to get really close to your peers because to make it really fun, like we've met with our peers after studies. We like went not for dinner, but yeah, we went for dinners and even for bars, and then we did a lot of studies together at campus, like at the library, or there was a special room in DEC suite, I think, and also sometimes we just went to somebody. She lived in the UCSD dorms, so we went there and just studied there. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, and then also very important, I think, to get to select again the capstone project, know your mentors. Like I think the very cool thing here is all these projects they will be real science project. It's not like I don't know if you go to some boot camp, you get I don't know, standard data set and you just do some model, predict something. No, like here you work with the real professors on real science projects, and you actually, like in our case, we actually did contribution to to the lab which Professor Ilkay ran. So yeah, just use all resources, be involved, and have fun, I guess. Yeah.
Some great words of wisdom. Sounds like networking, forming study groups.
Yeah.
Yeah, advantage of working with real life data. Yeah, thank you guys. Tom, do you have any additional questions you would like to ask the panel?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I wanted to ask the gentleman um now that I don't know how many years you've and I don't know if you want to admit this, how many years you've been graduated from the program. Um
For all of
the three
them?
all three of them, and then I have a leading question after that.
Oh,
Yeah. How many guys, how long have you been graduated from the program?
So for me, it's 5 years.
5 years? Okay. Sergey?
Yeah, so we are in 2026, so almost 3 years.
3 years? Okay. And how about Nick?
For me, almost a year.
Okay. The reason why I ask is because I wanted to see if it sounds like Nick, you got another position, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to see if you're all satisfied in your career trajectory where you are and you're satisfied and you'll stay there, or will you see this degree that you've had for some time, if you see it as a way to kind of leverage and position yourself into a higher level role elsewhere, or what are your kind of your future plans?
I can I can start. So, yeah, so I switched
Sure.
halfway through, switched jobs,
Okay.
um, kind of like a lateral switch, still kind of tech lead software engineer. Finished the program and pretty recently actually I was promoted to like a more formal engineering leadership position. So it definitely helped me get there. I wouldn't be as confident in my projections and my knowledge and kind of estimates for our projects, especially on the AI side, if I didn't go through this program.
Great.
So I'd say it definitely uplifted me.
Excellent. Thank you. And Akash, how about you?
I think like it gave me a good foundation to be an applied researcher. Like I came from an engineering background, a computer engineering bachelor's degree, and like some software engineering experience. But it's given me a good foundation in the AI space where I'm able to pick up, let's say, reinforcement learning today, or I'm able to pick up like deep learning concepts really quickly. So with that foundation, like I hope to do my best across like a lot of AI roles in the future, like not only the one I have today at eBay. Um, and so I just hope that the program can continue I can continue leveraging the basics of the program um, to solve different kind of AI problems.
Excellent. Okay. And then Sergey?
Um, yeah, so I finished the program and then I started to work at UCSD at San Diego Supercomputer with Ilkay. She gave me an opportunity because I really wanted to try myself just to work in science domain. After 1 year, I understood that like it's better for me to go back to the industry, so I went back. And like I said, now I'm working data science team at Solar Turbines, and it's very exciting because we just started our journey recently. Like we have a lot of new stuff coming for the both machine learning and deep learning, and also AI. I mean Gen AI when I say AI. Like the whole company is kind of transforming into that space. So it's really good to have this background, uh, to know what you are doing. I mean, let's be honest. Right now, in our times, everybody can use ChatGPT or Copilot, right, and
Yeah,
produce something. But now, when you try to do things with these tools and you don't really know what you're doing, it will be a big mess after that, and
sure,
it
sure.
it will take a lot of time to dig out from that mess. So it's really good to know all the theory, to know even if you perform your work with the AI tools. Like it's really important to know what they're doing in the back end, in the background. And my plans, I'm not sure. I'm just enjoying my work right now. We'll see where it goes. Yeah.
Excellent. How did all three of you, let me share your experiences of the cohort model and being with others. Is that what you sought out versus an online or something? Do you enjoy? We've heard feedback from some of Yvonne's current students that say they really enjoy and thrive in being in groups and being in person with people. I want to hear from you three how you felt about that. Nick, do you want to share?
Yeah, I definitely appreciated the program structure. Um, I feel like the small classes and being in person does yeah, you get more out of it.
Okay.
Um, but at the same time, I understand, everyone's situation is different, so it is cool to see that there's a fully online offering being held, and I think one or two people were in the part-time program were mostly remote or online the whole time due to their circumstances. So yeah, I mean, overall, I appreciate the flexibility. And sometimes, I would have to work on a Friday, just for my role, and I would have to either Zoom in to class or kind of work in class. So yeah, I appreciate the flexibility.
Great. Sergey, what do you think?
Um, so I think, yeah, being in person and have a groups like this was, I think, so actually in the very beginning, I was admitted to two programs. One was at San Diego, University of San Diego. They also
Okay.
had online program, and the second was here at UCSD. Um, so yeah, I thought that I'd rather go to in-person program just because I don't know. I think it's like tradition. It's more traditional.
Sure. Sure.
You see professors, you see students, you work with groups. Also, while capstone project, I was kind of naturally leading the project,
Okay.
so that gave me more experience, not just like to executing the things, but also to be a little bit of like lead, which I'm applying here at work too. So
Excellent.
I'm not sure if I answered your question, but
Yeah, absolutely. Akash, how about you? You were partially remote, but what do you think overall?
I think the first 6 months where we were in person, I could ask so many questions to the professors that was priceless. Like it leads to interest in the subject way more than an online program, in my opinion. So like just I think I really had joined the program because like one of my favorite researchers, like Professor Ua Frond, he was teaching
Oh yeah.
us
Yep.
like big data with machine learning at the time. So
Yeah.
like just having that experience of him thinking or like answering questions, that was priceless. Yeah.
Excellent. How have any of you thought of, and like this will be my last question, then we'll open it up to guests, but have any of you thought about expanding your knowledge as AI continues to develop and grow? Do you see yourselves getting another degree? Do you see yourselves maybe taking a series of courses as a certificate, or what do you think to keep up with the marketplace? Sergey, what do you think?
I think you have to. There is no other way if you want to stay like up to date in the industry. Like it just goes so fast right now. Like
Yeah.
because when I finished my degree, 2023, ChatGPT, there was like a first, I don't know, like public version of ChatGPT
Yeah.
exactly that time, and it was like slow and like everybody was excited. But look at it now, like it's just totally different world right now. I'm also part of my job is I have a few projects, but part of my job is doing also optimization problems.
Okay.
So right now, actually, I'm taking just a Udemy class. It's called optimization for data scientists. So yeah, I think it's almost important to just keep up to date and also pursue more tools into your tool set
Sure. Nick,
to
what about
be,
you? What do you think?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've actually thought about this quite a bit. I could see myself pursuing a PhD program
Okay.
down the line, maybe at UC San Diego or elsewhere. It's just tough when you gotta have life commitments and
Yeah.
mortgages. But
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I mean, I'd say learning is a lifetime commitment, and especially in this field, you should keep yourself up to date, whether it's self-learning or taking a course, a professional seminar or something like that. So yeah, I feel it's very important in this field.
Excellent. And Akash, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, for example, I mentioned RL, like reinforcement learning. So I'm definitely going to take a reinforcement core learning course to like understand more LLM fine-tuning, that kind of stuff, which at least in my program, it wasn't covered because it was pre-LLM era, I guess, like 2021. Um, so there's definitely courses that I want to take and leverage moving forward. And yeah, but like at least now I'm feeling that everyone has the tools to learn, so it's the time to build maybe. Uh,
Sure.
uh, yeah.
The reason why I ask is because our dean is a visionary and he's very big on, continuing education and programs. And if we believe there's a need out there for advanced studies, we are for Ilkai, as a matter of fact, as spearheading AI standalone masters that will maybe be a hybrid, but there are talks about other certificates that, could of our graduates who have the master's degrees to further their careers and help with their continuing education. So that's a total possibility. And it wouldn't be a repeat of what you had. It would be definitely advanced studies for everybody. And there's always the possibility, as Nick said about a PhD, we do have students in the online that have gone on into the PhD. And so that's always a possibility as well. So I appreciate your feedback. That's good to know because our dean, we're evolving and developing. We just were named a school, the Hajalu School of Data Science and Computing, as Yvonne said. So we just got a new gift from Tener, and he gave an additional 50 million. He originally, for to make the Hajalu Data Science Institute, gave 75 mil, and now he gave an additional 50 mil to make a school. So it's going to be involving your program and online and a day program and a PhD program. So we'll all be together under a school, which is pretty exciting. So we will be developing. There probably will be more programs out there for you, um, and to definitely, increase your skills and knowledge. So great.
Okay. Thank you for your questions, Tom. We can open
Sure.
it up to the audience. If you have a question, type it in the chat or raise your hand and you can ask the panelists directly. Any questions from our audience?
Mhm.
Or maybe we did an amazing job and asked all the right questions.
Yeah. Perfect.
Any questions about the programs, questions about the online one? Apologies for not having an alumni for that program. I do
Yeah.
believe is the alumni panel tomorrow available for everybody? Tom, do you know?
I think so, and I'm not
Alumni
sure if Kelly, like who
Alley?
she sent that out to. I wasn't involved in those discussions. I'm not sure, but I did see it that she posted it in Slack, but I wasn't.
Yeah,
She didn't say, "Hey, Tom." She probably sent it out to 1220, which we'd have to then resend it to your folks because my folks are in there and yours wouldn't be the alumni anyway. So she might
yeah,
have sent it out through her 1220 contacts.
possibly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it
But
does say
yeah, they can
students.
attend. Yeah, absolutely.
For students, yeah. Oh, we have someone's hand raised. Oh, wait, no, that's Sergey. Sergey, did you have a question?
If nobody else has question, I would ask question. Yes.
Oh, okay. What
Um,
question?
to Tom, since he mentioned that there is a, well, or there will be a possibility about a PhD program. This is actually something that I'm really interested into.
Yeah.
And is there a possibility to get some information or get in touch with you? Because I'm actually like I miss my times in UCSD. I would love to. I don't know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how though. Yeah.
Sure, great question. Now, for now, we do have the PhD and data science there, but it's not. We don't have anything carved out intentionally for like a working professional. But since you already worked here with Ilkay, it would probably, and since the world today is pretty much remote, especially with a lot of data scientists, there probably could be a workaround where you had to do certain classes, but then your research would not be in a building. Most of our faculty and students are not on campus. They're all over the place. So yes, I will. I can put you in touch with the PhD program, and you should definitely consider that. I mean, I went back later. I'm an older guy. I went back later on for my PhD, and so I had to juggle and balance, but it worked out. But yeah, you could definitely consider that, and your degree definitely makes you eligible for that. Absolutely. So, that one you would take a series of courses, and then you would form a committee to do, your dissertation. You'd try to solve a problem in data science or in AI or in anything you'd want related to data science, and then you would work with a committee. And since you already kind of know the groundwork, I think it would be an easy transition, really. Yeah, you already have a master's, so you wouldn't have to do necessarily. You might have to take some courses toward the PhD, but you wouldn't
Mhm.
necessarily have to earn a second master's because you already have one. So yeah, it
Okay,
should
thank you.
work out. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
can I get in touch with you or somebody
Yeah,
that?
absolutely. I'll get your info from Yvonne, and then
Okay.
we'll go from there. Absolutely. Yeah. If you were thinking in the near future, that deadline would be probably December 3rd coming
Mhm.
up. And we could go from there. And there's no GRE requirement anymore with UC systems, so you wouldn't have to provide that, which will
Okay.
make it easier. Yeah.
Okay, that's exciting. Thank you.
Yeah, of
And I'm
course.
just going to put in the chat our website for the school, the Halojulu School of Data Science and Computing. And it lists all of the programs that the school offers. The online programs on there, the Master of Advanced Studies, the PhD program, the full-time, as well as certificate programs on there too. So you can see the wide variety of different data science programs that we offer here.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Okay.
I'm not seeing any hand raises or any questions in the chat. So if there are no questions, I will wrap it up here. Tom and I are available if any of you want to reach out or have any questions about the application process.
Yeah.
As an attendee of this session, we could offer application fee waiver. So you can reach out to Tom at mds@ucsd.edu, or you can reach out to me, MAS-DSE@ucsd.edu. And we appreciate you guys joining. We appreciate the alums for being here. Thank you for
Yeah.
taking the time to share your experiences and your advice, your challenges, your benefits, and all of that. Thank you so much for being a part of this. We greatly appreciate you guys. And I hope
And
everyone
then,
has a great evening.
yeah, then one last notation is that the deadline is May 20th for the programs. Just so you know, for fall, it's May 20th.
Mhm. That's good information. Thank you, Tom.
Sure. All
All
right.
right.
Thank you,
Well,
everybody.
thank you, everyone. Have a
Take
good
care.
evening.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.